हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय चैनल फिल्म मेकिंग विद सिद्धार्थ साई। आज के इस वीडियो में वी विल रिव्यू द मोस्ट hyped movie of this month, Liger. I was actually excited at the very beginning when I got to know about the cast and all those things and the hype of Puri Jagannadh movies, but then also little skeptical because Puri Jagannadh had a very bad track record. I mean, he had few hits, but there were times when every movie of Puri Jagannadh was a sensational blockbuster in Tollywood, which is not the case for last 5 6 years. His last two good movies were Temper and Smart Shankar, which is again not very much comparable to the top Tollywood directors. And a decade back, he was the top Tollywood director when he made Pokri. So yeah, let's talk about the movie. I went to the first day matinee show, and the crowd was empty. I mean, the theater was empty, and okay, maybe that is because of the hate of boycott Bollywood or something. I thought that is the case, and then I decided to watch the movie like a normal critic without any feelings, just a neutral person watching the movie. Uh, first first few scenes were really good. I mean, the shot that was filmed in the beach near area where it was a market and there was a fight. It was filmed so well. I could feel the breeze of that beach. I don't know how did they manage to make that location because there's no such location in Mumbai where you can see a beach and there's a market and you can fight on the roof and all those things. But they blend lot of scenes. I can even see one scene where it was Siddhivinayak temple, but it was in the Evershine city of Virar. I could tell with the building in the corner. So they did a lot of, lot of VFX stuff. So movie was very good at the beginning. Lot of quality wise, it was really good. The budget, I can feel the budget. It was not the Smart Shankar budget. It was a pan India budget. I can feel it. I can see the camera quality and everything. And then the movie started adding a lot of layers like love story, the story of tournament and all those things. Okay, it's good, but then I didn't connect with that character because he somehow is in the story and he's already perfect for a fighter. He knows every sort of karate, whatever he said, he knows everything. And whoever he is fighting, he's just winning easily. So I was more excited to know like where did this come from? Where did he learn all of that? But that was not a part of story. He just enters the movie with perfect fighting skills, and he joins an institute because he has some backstory connected to his father, and thanks to that he gets a free scholarship. He just joins for free, and that happens like instant, like few seconds his mother says something and the coach is like, oh my god, you are the son of that person, okay, you can join for free. And I was super shocked, like what is this happening? Should I feel like this kid is struggling or is he getting all freebies? Because I don't know where he learned all these things, and he got the free admission. And now he what happens is सबसे जो struggling part होता है, I mean the struggling part of any sports person which is not famous in India, how do you get how do you get sponsors? Okay, and this guy gets sponsor just like in a day, just in a day. And that was super stupid. Like, how will I feel bad for this guy? How will I cheer for this guy if he is arrogant all the time? I mean, why would you say what laga denge? What is what laga denge? I mean, that's not a right way to say in any sports. Maybe it's because a Telugu writer wrote that dialogue for a Hindi movie. He didn't understand what it really means. What laga denge means, yaar, I'll destroy you. And उस पर सॉन्ग ही बन गया, तो दैट्स अ डिफरेंट केस. एंड I mean, why will you connect? I mean, let's take an example of MCU. You connect with Tony Stark because he got caught. He made a suit in this. Even he was rich. You will debate with anyone saying he, this guy made a suit in a cave. So like that, I couldn't connect with him. And he's a grown-up 25-year-old plus person, and his mother is still selling tea, and I should feel he's a fighter. Why will I feel he's a fighter? I don't feel he's a fighter because his mother is still selling tea. If I want to prove I'm a fighter at age of 25, I'll ensure my mom is not selling tea on the streets. That is for sure. So that is one thing, and I have never seen him helping his mom. Maybe a little bit of setting up things and all those things, weightlifting things. He's never made a chai for his mom. Now, what gets crazy here is he gets into the tournament. He gets free sponsorship like instantly. I had like 100 doubts. How will he get it? Maybe the guy who gave him the scholarship, he's the villain and all those things. Turns out he's the father of Ananya Panday. Like literally, it was Chunky Pandey. And from that moment, film just dropped. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, not to disrespect Chunky Pandey, but he's not a star that you will value on a screen. If he's coming and saying I will pay for you, and you just do it for my country, it doesn't just adds up. I'm sorry. That's how I'll take it as an audience, and that's where the film all dropped, man. I mean, in Hindi we know what is Chunky Pandey. In Tollywood they don't know what is Chunky Pandey. In Saho also he was casted like he's the biggest antagonist in the whole Hindi film industry. I was just shocked. That film though got whatever it deserves, but in this movie nobody. I am sure nobody would have liked that part. And he just says, "I'll give you the money" and all those things. And from that moment onwards, I see rummy culture on his underwear. So maybe it just doesn't add up. And after he says ki I will sponsor you and I'll arrange a private jet, this and that, making things so easy for someone, you will never feel good about it. I mean, you will always feel like things are going so easy for him. And at the end, they wanted to introduce something big. Avengers had their moment when everyone came together and fought for it. Triple R had their moment when all those animals came together. Puri Jagannadh didn't had a moment in this film, and the way he wanted to have some sort of a moment is he wanted to add a big star in this movie, a celebrity that is a sports celebrity, that is Mike Tyson. We all value Mike Tyson. It's all because of what we see on television. I was not of a generation where I've seen him fighting, but I respect him. I have read a lot about him on internet. I have watched a lot of videos. Uh, but you know what? When he enters the movie, the whole movie script just gets away from the movie. The whole movie about whatever you have been read on the Wikipedia, whatever brief you have read about the movie was about this, a fighter who wants to win the match and all those things. It just goes away. I mean, it just goes away like this. It's all about Mike Tyson and what Mike Tyson wants to look like. Mike Tyson wanted to look like a cowboy. He looks like a cowboy in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere in the movie, they'll just introduce a Texas kind of a location, and in the middle of nowhere, there will be a deserted area. Hero will go on a dirt bike. He will meet Mike Tyson. He will have his moments with Mike Tyson, which I don't want to reveal, but it's very, very bad. I felt insulted, not for Mike Tyson, for myself to watch all this, to watch this. I mean, this climax, actually, it's not even a climax. This movie doesn't have climax, by the way. This movie doesn't have climax. Ask anyone of your friend what is the climax of this movie, and he will just make a fun of this movie. That's what the climax is. The director made a fun of this movie. Also one important thing, the one of the big problems of this movie was told by a character in this movie itself. Don't go for love. Don't get distracted. Be focused. Don't fall in love. Don't. I mean, the movie. It was actor's mom. She was telling, "Be focused." The actor's coach was saying, "Be focused. Do not run after love." But the biggest mistake here is it was done by director himself. He was not focused on the script. He was not focused on the plot of a fighter doing fights, and he was focused on how to meddle this with love story. Trust me, Puri Jagannadh is one of the worst when it comes to add a chemistry between hero and heroine. I mean, some people will like it. Even I had my moments when I really felt like, wow, this is a very epic, great story of love and all those things. But to a bigger audience, it's very insulting. It's very demeaning for a woman. You take any example, Ismat Shankar, the chemistry between hero and heroine is really bad. It's just at the boundary or even crossing the boundary. I don't know, but When I used to watch it as a college student, I used to be chill about it. But when I watch it after having my own post trainings and everything, nothing seems right with Puri Jagannath love chemistries. Then let's talk about all the Puri Jagannath movies with this love chemistry. Ismat Shankar wasn't that good. Temper, the way he treats Kajal Agarwal in that movie is not at all good. Though it's a movie about uh, fighting for a rape victim. Then go back to Pokri, the way Mahesh Babu treats Ilyana, not at all good. I mean, he is a savior, but again, he's not the right one to. I mean, it just doesn't work well. Then you go back to Desmudru, Allu Arjun, the way he treats the woman doesn't work well there either. I mean, that time it was good, but now it's not. Trust me. You can go and watch, and you can watch it like an audience where it's not for everyone, man. It can go wrong in everyone's mind. So that's where people picked one of the songs where the lyrics were wrong and a lot of backlash happened. So this is what I'm saying. Puri Jagannath is a great director, but he has lost his place because of himself. He was from some time, maybe last year, 6 7 movies. Even the movie which introduced his own son was very bad. And I just hope Puri Jagannath takes more time, thinks about how he used to make movies. He's one of the best director when it comes to action. There are a lot of directors in Tollywood who don't know how to put action into films. One of the worst is Trivikram. Trivikram doesn't know how to put action into his films. It's all like funny people wobbling, people jumping so easily, making fun of the fight, easily lifting people. Puri Jagannath is too good with fights. From the moment I've seen like Desmudru, Pokri, this movie itself, fights are too good. But now he's just too bad with everything else. He doesn't know how to write a good content that his own audience will like it. I'm not even saying he others should like it. Even we as a Puri Jagannath fans, we don't like it now. So I just want him to take time. He's the most who's distracted. It's not Liger, it's Puri Jagannath who is most distracted. I don't know if the reason is love or anything else, but he's the most distracted director of current era in the whole Indian industry. And I just hope he focuses more and makes better movies, because if I have to pick top five directors of last 3 4 decades, he's one of them. Chiranjeevi chooses Puri Jagannath to introduce his son, not Rajmouli. So you can tell how great he was at one time. Now, one more thing I wanted to talk about this movie. This stuttering thing of Liger, the character that he added as a weakness, this is all scam, guys. It's nothing like that. What happened here is he wanted to introduce Vijay Devarakonda in Bollywood also with his own voice. And we know how some of the South actors' accent is. It's nothing wrong. It's okay. Get a personalized voiceover guy and treat him like your best person, and ask him to give you voiceover for all your films in the dubbing. I mean, ask him to give all your dubbings in the regional other languages. Make a team like that. That's where I feel Prabhas is lacking. Prabhas should find someone. I know Hindi perfectly. I was born and brought up in Mumbai, but I am a native of Visakhapatnam. I know Telugu well, I know Hindi well, but I don't like to listen Prabhas in Hindi. Not at all. So Rajmouli was great. He knew the weakness. He got someone to do the dub. But the makers of Saho made the mistake. Makers of Radheshyam made the mistake, and I don't know what is the future. So let's hope someone will make a right decision. So in this movie, what happens is, because they want to hide that weakness, they have given less dialogues to the hero. And one of the best things about Puri Jagannath is his writing of dialogues. His one liner, his two liners, which is basically said by a hero. In this whole movie, there's nothing like that. And that was one of the biggest thing that was missing. I mean, hero doesn't tell anything that is impactful because he's stuttering. He can't even say I love you, so forget that. And because they have added this weakness, when you listen him in Hindi, you're not bothered about what's his accent and all those things. You're more bothered about Will he even say a line? So this was a big scam that was added by the filmmakers. Uh, I didn't I didn't like it, and it is okay if someone else is dubbing, even for a superstar. Even Rajnikant doesn't give his own voice in Hindi or Telugu languages, so it's okay. I mean, it's not a quality of a superstar to know every language. So please let the dubbing artists do their job. They are very good at it if you pay them well. But please don't bring your voice. If the accent is not good, people will not like it, because if I'm watching a person fighting in Mumbai has a lot of, I mean, and there's a way how you bring an South accent to Hindi. That's one thing I liked about Ranjana movie of Dhanush. When Dhanush was giving his own voice in different South Indian accent and he was giving his own voice for Hindi, it was it was added in the script. It was his character, because you know that they said at the beginning this family migrated from South India and settled in North India. So that is okay. But that also doesn't work all the time. So my biggest request for all the South Indian directors who are targeting pan audience, please don't do those kind of scam things. Just go with dubbing. We will have no complaints about it. Trust me. And my ratings for this movie is is 3 out of 100. Sorry, it's 3 out of 10, because it's really bad, guys. It's really bad. The movie was, I could even give 5 out of 10 for the first half, but it's pure 0 for the second half. There's nothing in the second half. I'll tell you again, Chunky Pandey entered the movie just went down like anything. There was nothing in the movie left. And I also request you to go and watch this movie, or at least watch this movie in the OTT when it comes. You will know how bad it is. I mean, it's really bad. It will make some amount of money. There are a lot of Vijay Devarakonda fans, but it's a flop movie. It's not going to do justice to the producer's investment. It will fall at some point of time. It might not even cross 65 or 70, and it's a very pure bad business. It's a bad business, guys. So thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like the video. Share your comments if I need some improvements, because I'm just starting to do this kind of thing. Please subscribe to the channel. It will really help. I mean, if I have a subscribers, I will understand that I'm growing. That's the only way I can say. And thank you so much. We'll meet again for the next movie review.